Hey guys, Hook to Clash here, and today we're going to be going through some of the attacks I did live on stream. So you can see the recording of the screen here. Obviously, we're talking over it at a later date now because I kind of want to talk to you guys about what I'm thinking when I do these attacks and how we're breaking down the bases. As you can tell, still coming in with the Blizz Rider Lalo. Now, if you do want to see me do these live attacks on stream, then make sure you go to twitch.tv/Hook to Clash or jump in my Discord server. Both links are below and you can see when I go live. As you can tell here, coming in with this Blizzard, and this is the Blizzard that I do with the Rider Lalo, because one of the things I've found with the Rider Lalo is the army is so much stronger when you can bring 2 Lava Hounds instead of just the 1. So I've got 2 Lava Hounds in the army, but I'd like to save both of them for the Rider Lalo portion of the army. So just going for simple value there, CC pool, nice value in terms of a funnel for our Sui, and also killing the defensive RC, plenty of value for me, and we didn't have to use too much to get it. So now we're going in with the second part here. Now, we didn't pull the whole CC, it was a very trashy CC. Now, this base is a little different to the other boxes. As you can tell, I'm kind of noticing it now. I did also in the prep, that the CC's on the outside now. Normally, I try and get my king to go inside the base with my queen here and then have the RC to go to the core. But the reason I'm okay with the king on the outside of the base here, and I didn't try and funnel him in, is because that town hall's on the outside. I want him to clear all that trash. We use that wall breaker there so the queen can reach the town hall. This RC's in the core of the base, and one of the things I love about that Blizzard I do is I only need like 3 or 4 invis max, which means I can save some for the Sui, and we use one and the RC gets the eagle down here. We use another one here so the queen can get down the single. As you can tell, there's a minute 30 left here and we get down our attack, so we place the hound 6 to 9 balloons behind. I'm not memeing, it's literally 6 to 9 balloons. And then the 3 dragon riders behind. Then as soon as I want to put my warden, I put a hound. Then I put the headhunters, and then I pop. Now, some of the time, particularly at the time of recording this, I wasn't using the rage often at the start of the attack, and then we'd use the haste later. But now what I've kind of started doing is hasting early, and then rage over this core scatter. Just works amazingly, and then if your headhunters get through the defensive king, hopefully you can blizz the enemy king, but if you can't, use the headhunters to get through the king slowly, but then they're rage through the queen and she goes down quickly. As you can tell, we're looking all over the base here. I haven't done a good job of commentating this attack because we're just kind of setting up in the video, but particularly in the next ones, I'll talk to you guys what I'm thinking when I'm looking at the base and why we're flicking randomly left and right across the base to tell you guys what you should be looking for when you're doing an attack, because Clash of Clans obviously it's a multitasking game. You can't just be doing one thing at a time. You've got to be doing as many things as possible, and that's how the best players in the world triple bases. They look at many things at once, but as you can tell, we get the 40 cups here. So we are live again here. And as you can tell, it's another box base, but the difference with this box base is the CC, as you can tell, is on the northern side of the base. Now, that simple Blizzard I do like I did on the last attack only works because I can pull the CC there, but as you can tell in this one, definitely can't pull the CC from the bottom, and you guys can't see it, but I can see my face cam from the stream, and I am definitely struggling thinking how I want to get this one. So what we end up doing, because yet again, don't want to use a Lava Hound, is I'm trying to land this blimp on this air bow here. Yes, I can't reach the scatter from that compartment, but there's literally no way that if we get that into that compartment that the Super Wizards won't take out value. But unfortunately, as you can tell, we don't even make the blimp. The first invis is good. I mean, we get down the RC, we get down the air bow here. Would have been insane if we could get that scatter, but obviously we can't. Much rather conserve our invises. But so we have to do this completely different. Now, we still need that town hall down, but there's no point sending all 3 heroes for this town hall here. As you can tell, we're looking at the bottom of the base. I'm seeing how many sneaky gobs I need down the bottom, because sneaky gobs are a very important funneling tool. I want to use both of them by the town hall here, but I need to make sure that when it comes to using my king, that I won't need any for the king, because he's super tough to funnel. Now, I put that wall breaker there to try and lure some skelly traps, but accidentally activate the town hall, and then look at this. The skelly traps come over to my queen at the worst possible time, and we have made a serious error here, because I'm not bringing the ice golem. I know if I was doing Blizz Lalo, I would bring the ice golem, but there's just no point bringing the ice golem here with this version of the army, because I need as much in my Rider Lalo as possible. That is the strength of this army. The strength isn't this Sui. And as you can tell, we're just burning through freezes and invis because the queen just can't kill the skellies. We rage and use another freeze. And as you can tell, we're at a minute 30. And I kind of just rush here. Look at this. This king's going to do nothing. I get the RC down quickly, but the RC's getting no benefit of the tanking from the king. And the king's not taking out any defenses now. He's essentially just running around the edge of the base. We popped the RC ability and she's just done nothing. Not really her fault. So we're just going to try and maximize percent here. Now the baby drag did good work to funnel the king in, but it's a bit late. Look at him. He goes back to the outside of the base because I wasn't really... If I was looking at that Sui, then we would have wall broke him into the multi and it would be... well, we'd be much better off. But now we're just not looking so hot. Troops are trying their best across the base, but... We also have no headhunters left alive because they all had to deal with the king first, because that's one of the downsides of this this blizz near the town hall that I had to do here. I can't kill that defensive king, whereas a lot of the time if you blizz the back end you can, and at this point we know it's over. There's not a lot we can do. I'm still hanging on to my king ability, hanging on to a few minions here, but we just made some serious errors. What errors did I make? Well, I put that wall breaker down and that ultimately cost us there. That wall breaker just pulling 2 skelly trucks and activating the town hall. Just a little too much damage on our queen. And we used 3 invis, 2 freezes, and a rage just for my queen to get like 5-point defense in the town hall. It's just not a transaction we ever want to make again. So let's see if we can bring it back in the next attack. We are live again here, and it is another box space. This is just Legends League for you, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of box spaces. Promise you though, there's some bases later that aren't box spaces, but to be honest, I'm kind of happy about this. I wanted to show you how to take down some of these boxes because I know this is just the style of base that a lot of you struggle with the most. Yes, I'm not doing Blizz Lalo, but you could do what I'm doing with Blizz Lalo anyway. Now, this is a Queen Walker's World base. You might actually recognize it. I believe it's the in-game challenge at the moment for the world's like monthly challenge that they do. This is one of the Queen Walker's bases that JX Tiger just absolutely annihilated. Anyways, I didn't really know what to do on this base, and I was kind of hoping my Super Wizards might lure the CC, but that was just never going to happen, and we've kind of made a mistake here, but to be honest, I didn't know really what I could do. Probably should have just bit the bullet and used a Lava Hound with the Blizzard, but still... Like, we get good value, but we don't get that CC pull, and obviously that's the most important thing. So I put my queen on the right-hand side. Her job's to get the town hall. Then I'm going to have the king and RC come across the middle, and their job's to clear as much as possible. Well, that's what I'm thinking at the moment, but I'm also realizing at this point in time that I'm not sure that the RC can add much to the Sui here. Like, yes, she could go into the core and get that multi and the single, but it's not enough value in my opinion. The RC's best on these Suis on box bases when she can take out the Eagle in the core. The Eagle's absolutely a worthwhile target. Now, we get seriously unlucky here. That one archer stays behind the wall and just out of the poison, such that the king does not shoot the scatter. And look at it. That scatter is still alive. Same with that air defense there. They were really meant to go down. Now, because of that Lava Hound CC that comes out, no point sending the RC there, so we save her for our Rider Lalo. We get the Lava Hound down. We actually get the first one in the Warden ability. Most of the time I'm going for the second one, but watching this so far, maybe I should go for the first one more often. This is something I can teach you all about, though, is watch your replays, not just your fails, but your triples, and see what goes right, and see if you can implement that, because it's the best way to become a better Legends attacker. You can't just attack. You've got to do some analysis to help yourself out, but as you can tell, this is wrecked. I kind of missed what was going on, but same deployment as per usual. We go heavy early with the Dragon Riders, the Loons, the Hound. We warden the Hound and the Headhunters, and then it's just about putting the rest of your balloons surgically around the edge of the base. And this was insane. This surprised me even. I'm laughing at the moment because I did not expect to triple this one. There was just too much base up, but this Rider Lalo, seriously strong on box bases when executed correctly. Live again here, and as you can tell, Klaus box base. This is probably one of the most common box bases, And I know we've had a lot on this video already, but I simply had to show this one because this crack seriously works well. And I imagine it would work for Blizz Lalo as well. This isn't just a Blizz Lalo Ryder. Ryder Lalo crack. This could definitely work for both. As you can tell, yet again, with this CC on the back end, makes it so easy. You don't have to use any Cocoa Hounds. Like, yes, you're not getting huge value, but no one's baiting this compartment either. Like, there are rooms for giant bombs here, but I'm still yet to see someone want to bait that Blizzard. So until someone does that, I'm just going to be chilling and doing my own thing. Now, unfortunately, we don't get that Archer Tower and the Wizard Tower at the top. So because they stay up, I don't actually start my Sui like I normally do. I'm just going to do the Queen to the Town Hall. There's kind of two ways you can do this Sui. One, you can start the Queen at the top there, kind of towards 12 o'clock, and work her way down and use the RC to tank that scatter. Or this is the other way you can do it. Just start your Queen at the corner, which is nice, and her job's going to be to walk to the Town Hall and then use the King and RC to go in and get the scatter and as much of the core as possible. Both have their benefits, but they both definitely work. So as you can tell, we're trying to funnel the King into this open wall here. Not a bad start. Loon to try and take out the Archer Tower. Alas, that does not work. King coming into the middle here. We wall break for him to get to the next compartment. We don't actually need to wall break for our Queen, which is really nice. Then we wall break down the bottom as well, just giving our King options. And he actually does take that second wall break, which is fine. He doesn't. We don't need him fighting storages the whole time. We freeze the single in the Town Hall, but immediately we're looking away. I'm using a baby drag up the top to try and take that down. For some reason, I put a Hound and a few balloons on that Archer Tower. Wasn't really a smart idea. RC's in the core and she's seriously struggling because she hasn't had the King tank for her. She went down the bottom way. Hopefully she can get this Eagle. I can't even remember if she does. We warden beautifully. Get absolutely everything in it. The RC does get the Eagle. And if she gets the Eagle, generally, unless you execute this horribly, you should triple the base. We freeze the scatter shot. It was taking out too many of our balloons. And we just have balloons slowly coming around the base at this point. Still got all three of our Dragon Riders up, actually. And it's just at this point about nailing this last haste. But as soon as I put this haste down, there's no reason to look at the Rider Lalo anymore. We've got to look around the base and see where to put the minions and our Wizard, because time is the enemy here. This attack strategy time fails a lot. Blizz Lalo time fails a fair bit too. So you just got to look around the base once all your spells are down, because if you're looking at the Rider Lalo, you're wasting your time. You're just becoming a spectator of your own attack rather than an active part of it. And thankfully, we were pretty good with the cleanup on this one. And even though the Sui didn't go perfectly to plan, we still get the 40 cups. Live again here. And as you can tell, this is not a box base. This is the first non-box of the video. This is a ring base. Now, this is an old layout that's not meant to be very good, but this guy, both of my accounts quite high in Legends at this point in time. So, like, this account, clearly this base has been working. Now, a lot of you, I know, when looking at Blizzard, would be like, well, can we land in those builder hut compartments and get the Town Hall? But I often find the best way to take down this base is just go for safe blizzards and completely destroy the base. So we land this blimp deliberately in this gap here. I was lining it up just to make sure we land here, and look at the value we get. We kill the CC. That's always nice. We're going to get the RC. I'm not trying to get the Eagle, by the way, but if we get the Eagle, so be it. I actually put an invis to see what happens, because it was worth it. But it's not worth this one here. We definitely are not getting the Eagle. In fact, we might have. Take that back. Maybe we would have. Maybe we made a misplay there. We used the baby drag just to funnel that bottom side and then start king and queen. But as you guys know, we've only got 2 wall breakers here. So there's no point wall breaking in on the Wiz Tower here. And this is what I'm kind of looking at the moment. And a lot of the time I look at during my Sui is, where can I get to the Town Hall with only 2 wall breakers? Sometimes you can use the Yak, obviously. But you obviously have to funnel for that. And it was always going to be difficult to force the Yak to beat a wall on this base, as you can tell. So as you can tell, if I wall break here, and then we wall break the scatter, we have access to the Town Hall. So it made most sense to enter here. That ground bow is on our queen. Now, I could have froze earlier, but the ground bow just would have retargeted my queen. I wait till the ground bow has something else to target other than my queen. So I use the RC to go in, because the king's actually going to do a funnel on the outside. Normally, that's the RC's job, but this time, my king's doing it. So the RC comes in with my queen. Put an invis down here. The queen thankfully goes to the town hall. I don't know if she would have if it wasn't for these skellies. So we did get a bit of luck. But I also believe I had an invis still in hand, so we just could have invis the cannon if that was the case. And we're just going to Lalo rider Lalo. I'm struggling to say it myself. Straight into the eagle here. We put the rage down because the only way we fail this is if these headhunters don't get the queen. The headhunters get the king so quickly and the queen before they come out of the warden ability, and this is super crushed. Ring bases I've struggled with in High Legends because there's a lot of unique ring bases that are really difficult for Blizz Lalo, but it's just about keeping it simple and making sure you execute this Sui well. Don't get greedy with your Blizzard because the true value will come out of your Sui if you know what you're doing, but it's just so much practice. You got to fail and 1-star a lot of ring bases to eventually triple them is the best advice I can give you all. But 30 seconds left. We've crushed this one. Nicely done from us. Let's get into the next one. Live again here. And look at this. This is an anti-2 or a ring. I guess it's not a perfect ring, so I call this more an anti-2, but alas, we are getting distracted by the wrong thing. Now, this is an increasingly common increasingly common Legends League base. Now, the best way to take this base down, if the CC is where it is here, is to Blizz right here. Now, I'm not trying to get into the multi-comp. I was not trying to get into the multi-comp, so this base defender has that double Sam there, not realizing that I wanted to open my blimp there anyway, so I essentially get to activate both of those Sams for free, and don't have to deal with my Lalo. And look at these chains that you can get through the base here. Oof, the DE storage is so nice, and alas we go. Now, I've actually 1-starred this base twice when the CC's on the top side, and I've changed my Blizz. So we still got to figure this base out if the CC's at the top. But if it's down the bottom, as you can see here, or even if the base is flipped, if it's on the dark elixir storage of the base, pretty simple. Now the Sui isn't easy, but if you execute it well, you'll be fine. So king and queen to go into this first layer here. Early baby drag to funnel RC. As you can tell, I'm not even looking at my king and queen at this point. We're just focusing on the funnel because my queen tried to walk out of the base there, but we funneled her perfectly, and because all the buildings in that other compartment we didn't open are gone, we were able to wall break to the core. And as you can tell, the king and the RC just go way ahead of the rest of my troops here. Now unfortunately they completely missed the enemy RC who came after my queen, so we're going to have to do some creative things here to force the queen to the town hall. As you can tell, we just put an invis on that gold storage. Queen comes back. That's why you always save an invis for your Sui. And as you can tell, this base is absolutely crushed at this point. There's just nothing it can do. There is a lot of value left up, but the problem with this value that's left up, it's really easy to path all my troops through there, and I'm not fighting a sweeper. And there's no defensive heroes or no eagle. Nothing that's just completely RNG that can take me down. And as you can tell, the loons just maul this. Absolutely mauled, not even close. If I could 2 times it, I would for you all. One of the downsides of watching me from the screen of me actually attacking. But do let me know down in the comments below. Do you prefer me going through this like a replay analysis so I can pause and show deliberate things? Or do you prefer this having a look at the way I'm literally looking at the base, seeing what I'm seeing so you can understand what I'm looking for throughout the base? I'd love to hear your comments down below. I look at every single comment and respond to 99.9% of them. As you can tell, time gets a little close here, but it matters not really. All of our Dragon Riders up. I think we lost a balloon. Probably not more than that. And that is another 40 cups here. So taking down another ugly core town hall base. What have we got for you next? Now, last attack of the video. I will admit this attack was from my second account. All the other attacks I've shown today were from my main account, which ended up, I assume you saw the thumbnail, ended up going, was it plus 285 or 286? One of them. But I had to show this attack because look at it. It's Gaku. You all want to see Gaku, the base he's running, probably copy it. And have a look at this. It is an anti-ghost base. This was the most common style of base when ghosts were common in the meta because it was really hard to triple these with the ghosts. However, Gaku's still running it because clearly the base works. Now, I've tripled this heaps of times with Blizz Lalo, but I hadn't hit it with Rider Lalo before. Normally I use a Lava Hound for this Blizzard when I'm going with Blizzard Lalo. But with Rider Lalo, still want to save those 2 hounds, so we're going to go at it like this. These invises, the first invis was perfect to get the scatter. The second one wasn't, but we'd already done enough damage anyway that just chain damage off another building would be enough. And I mean, look at how much hit points is on this side of the base. It just means that the Super Wizards do so much. Now, unfortunately, that Elixir storage stays up, which is a bit of a nuisance for our funnel here. So I send like a minion in. I just want this minion to get rid of this Dark Barracks, and we'll be fine. Wall breakers open up where I want, and you're going to see me do something here that you don't see me do as much these days, but I definitely rate it if you know what you're doing with the army, and that is a Ground Warden. Thankfully, the minion does its job there, but the Ground Warden's perfect on this base because I don't think I could get the Town Hall without the Warden here, but if we get the Town Hall, the Lalo will just stomp the base. It doesn't need that Warden ability, because as you can tell, we'll be taking out another multi, the Town Hall, and the 2 air heroes. If you use the Ground Warden, you really need to take out all of the air targeting heroes. Otherwise, you have no Warden ability outside of that for the Headhunters. And Headhunters extremely weak without that Warden. Now, as you can tell, I'm just delaying my Hounds just to do as much tanking as possible. RC goes down. We still have the Queen. Look at that freeze. That's an absolute money freeze. We got the haste here. We rage. I don't have another freeze though, and look at these troops. They ignore the scatter. Thankfully though, the Dragon Riders have better targeting AI than the balloons as a ranged unit, and this is Crush. We only have just used the Queen ability. We have 3 Dragon Riders up. We have nothing left of our Lalo, but that's the point of this attack strategy. You have so much tanking in front of your Dragon Riders so that they shouldn't hit any SAMs and they can clean up the rest of the base. And that is that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, let me know down in the comments below. Do you like this sort of thing where I'm showing you guys what I'm seeing but talking over it real time? Do you prefer the live commentary maybe, where I'm not as descriptive but you can see my emotions live? I will say if you do prefer that, I'd say make sure you watch me live on Twitch. All the links are down in the description below, but I do really appreciate all your feedback. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe I'll see you soon.